President is named.
That I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of governor.
The duties of the office of governor.
Jesse the Mind Ventura was installed as the new governor of Minnesota this afternoon. In his inaugural speech, the former wrestler thanked the many young and first-time voters who swept him into office last November. Ventura becomes the first member of the Reform Party to win a statewide election.
First in Arizona tonight, the top 5 state offices are now held by women, all of them sworn in this morning. Jane Hull was elected to her first full term as governor after replacing the former governor who resigned in 1997. With 4 other women in top seats, Arizona now has an all-female line of succession.
You go, girl. Well, do you know the signs of a heart attack? Well, maybe not as well as you think.
Women may be missing some crucial signals. Dr. Rose has a list of heart attack signs that women can't afford to miss.
And relief from arthritis often means trading one symptom for another. But a new drug may take away the pain in your joints without adding to the pain in your stomach.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when
I like this kid.
Let's give her a shot.
Shrimp, plump and cayenne spiced. Now appearing with Applebee's tender Bourbon Street steak that's Cajun rubbed to seal in the juices. All on a hot iron skillet with rice and sauteed mushrooms. It's a lot of spice for the price. So don't miss it. Come in today.
The kids definitely got it.
Definitely.
Closed captioning for CBS 19 News is made possible by Bonnie Speed Delivery.
Can you tell the difference between these 2 prescriptions? They look exactly the same. They are exactly the same. But there's one big difference. Price. This one was filled at the drugstore, and this one came from the pharmacy at Kmart. The only place you'll find Kmart prices on prescriptions. The pharmacy at Kmart. Save money. Feel better.
The best cars, the best savings. Now get both for a limited time from the best people at your local Ford store. Like 0-9 financing for up to 48 months or up to $1,000 cash back. Get our best-selling cars, reliable Escort, sporty ZX2, roomy Taurus, or fun-to-drive Contour. All with 0-9 financing for 48 months. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Don't miss your chance to save on our full line of best-selling vehicles. Only at your local Ford store.
Well, I think we're all in agreement here.
Right. Getting all our supplies at Staples will really save us a lot.
You guys still work on the boss's pet project to save the company money? Why? The old man's not out of town for days. He has no idea what we're doing. In fact, I'm going to go play another 9 holes right now. What do you think about that?
Well, the Staples idea takes care of my pet project. And Harris, we'll discuss your ideas when I get back.
Staples saves you money on all your supplies. Want great low prices? Staples. Yeah, we've got that.
WeatherNet is sponsored by LubeStop, the oil change experts.
Ask anyone for the classic symptom of a heart attack, and they'll likely say chest pain.
If you're a woman, though, that might not apply to you. Tonight on the Health Beat, Dr. Rose Gabrielle has more on women and heart attacks.
A heart attack.
The classics for most patients would be a chest heaviness, a great weight, a heaviness on the chest that just won't go away.
Isla Cullens, like many other women, had a heart attack without the classic symptom.
Very few women have heart disease. That's what I always thought. I was under that impression, but I was very wrong.
Cardiologist David Moliterno says heart attack symptoms come in many varieties.
People don't realize is that the heart isn't wired per se like another of the body's muscles, like on the leg, so it doesn't have sensory fibers to appreciate pain.
So patients may not always have typical chest pain. And Dr. Moliterno says women having a heart attack often have more vague symptoms, including fullness in the chest, pain in the shoulder, arm, jaw, or throat, nausea, or shortness of breath.
It's estimated every 29 seconds in America, someone suffers a coronary event. When it comes to heart attacks, women are more likely to have a devastating outcome.
In general, a woman having a heart attack is almost twice as likely to die than a man, but this may be more related to other things. For example, women in general are usually about 6 to 8 years older than their male counterpart.
And they may have other health problems.
Hi, sweet baby. How are you? Good.
Isla now urges other women to pay attention to vague symptoms and never ignore what their heart may be telling them. Dr. Rose Gabrielle, CBS 19 News.
A new arthritis drug may mean relief for patients without side effects. The FDA has just approved Celebrex as an arthritis pain reliever, but unlike other drugs, the makers of Celebrex say it won't cause stomach pain and ulcers. But the FDA says they still don't know what Celebrex's long-term side effects will be, so the drug will carry the same warning labels as other arthritis medications.
Hospital patients normally see more of their nurse than their doctor, but some health industry executives said that may be changing. They predict a shortage of qualified nursing help in the near future. Some hospitals in South Carolina even now offer signing bonuses to attract nurses. But analysts say the shortages tend to go in cycles, that hospitals aren't yet in danger. By now, we're all prepared to face the harsh winter weather, but don't forget that your pet may need some winter care as well. Although it's best to keep your pet inside at these temperatures, if you just can't do that, make sure it has a warm, wind-free shelter with plenty of clean, dry bedding. Also, make sure your pet has plenty of food and water, and replace the water if it's frozen. Plus, check your pet's feet for ice balls and keep them free of salt and chemicals. And keep yourself bundled up as much as possible.
Lots to remember to keep safe in this kind of weather.
Well, that's exactly right. Now, of course, I was out there just a few minutes ago without anything really covering my head, but I was only out there for
But you had an ice pick, and that was scary enough.
Well, but don't do what I did. I was only out there a couple of minutes, for goodness sakes, and thank you for your support, Cynthia. Oh,
exactly.
boy. Knock one up for Cynthia. There we go. All right, let's show you what we got going on right here. We do have very cold temperatures across the area, and still a finely lit terminal tower. Too bad the temperature's not lit up just a little bit more. Right now, it is standing at 4 degrees above zero. 24 is our wind chill factor. That is 24 below zero on winds out of the southwest at 14 miles an hour. 80% relative humidity. We've got a steady barometer right now. 11 was our high temperature today. 7 was our morning low temperature, but of course we're colder than that now. Typically on this date, if we could only get it, 33 would be the high temperature and 19 the low temperature on this date. That's what's average. Let's take you out to one of our loop stop neighborhood weather net locations. Lakewood we go. McKinley Elementary to be exact. There too we're looking at 4 degrees and not a whole lot of wind chill factor with not much wind there, but it does go down below that 4 degrees from time to time, like 13 below you just saw right there. Well, once again, let's show you storm watch, and we do have that wind chill advisory in effect here across most of the viewing area, with the exception of Lake County, Ashtabula counties, where they did have a lake snow warning in effect. Now, the National Weather Service canceled that just a little while ago, about an hour ago, and it's because the winds, as we show you Doppler radar here, the winds are kind of going up the length of the lake here tonight, generally out of the southwest, and we'd have to see those winds come in a little bit more in a westerly direction here to plow that lake effect snow up there for Lake as well as Ashtabula counties. There are a few flurries embedded there in the ground clutter pattern, but the chance for much accumulation overnight tonight's pretty slim. We're not going to see the snow here. However, you go up the length of the lake up toward Buffalo, and we're talking about snow there to the tune of feet, and it's going to continue that way overnight tonight. And much of tomorrow, they're going to be under the gun for a lot of snow, as lower Michigan is as well, over there toward Grand Rapids. 4 above the current temperature here in Cleveland, and of course the wind chill factor, much, much colder. Wind chill factor over at Fort Wayne, 32 below zero, and the winds there, not necessarily that strong, but the temperature is very cold, and just a little bit of wind goes a long way at really chilling things in terms of the effects on that exposed skin there, the effects of taking away the heat that you have in your body. And of course, wind chills of that extent can really cause a lot of frostbite in a really big hurry. Only a few minutes you need for some significant frostbite there. It's not going to be quite as cold here tomorrow. We're going to be seeing high pressure off to the south, a little bit more of a southwesterly wind, and that's going to be a little bit warmer. It's not going to be like a major heat wave or anything like that. Let's show you the forecast Jeep Eagle style here across the United States tomorrow. 20 for a high temperature in Chicago. That's about the same here tomorrow. 28 for the Big Apple. 38, a very chilly day as we head toward Atlanta, and only 62 you saw there for Miami. Lake snow warning in effect, no longer for Lake and Ashtabula. Wind chill advisory, though, in effect across most of the area. 0 for a low temperature. Tomorrow, we're going to see partly cloudy skies up to about 20, and the 7-day forecast is going to show you more snow. Now, those temperatures coming up a bit as we head toward Wednesday, 28 for the high temperature, but we're going to see some accumulating snow during the course of the day. That'll be a general snow, not lake effect, and more snow or sleet there on Thursday and Friday, and as we head into the weekend, colder temperatures once again.
So with those 34s, we might be able to put away the ice picks, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe very briefly, we're going to be seeing some snow and sleet during that time period, so we'll just stack up there.
You've got yours always at the ready.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
We're afraid. We're very afraid. Well, Volkswagen's Beetle and Daimler Chrysler's Jeep Grand Cherokee are this year's winners of the North American Car and Truck Awards.
That tops tonight's Money Beat. The Beetle was cited for its daring styling, unique personality, and outstanding safety rating. along with its value. The Detroit-made Grand Cherokee has been totally redesigned for the 99 model year. It now sports a sleeker exterior and a roomier interior. May not like it, but it's not too early to start thinking about your taxes, and now the IRS is ready to give you some help with those tax forms. Today, the Internal Revenue Service launched its new Taxpayer Helpline. The telephone assistance is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and if you have a question, all you have to do is call that number, 1-800-829-1040, or just log on to the IRS site. That's at irs.ustres.com.
And still on the Money Beat, job counselors are saying that most of us can expect several different careers in this lifetime. Between corporate downsizing and today's tight labor market, many people are switching jobs by choice. That's what Michael Legal did. He gave up a secure teaching job